Viewers and learners. So far we have been coding using HTML. In today's class we'll start with the CSS. So first we need to understand what is CSS. Cascading style sheet is used to format the layout of a web page. We can change the color, font size, font style, the spacing between the element, the positioning of the element, background image, background color. Around hundreds of options are there to design our web page or to format our web page using the cascading style sheets. Before starting of our coding thing, first we need to understand the terminology. You need to understand that style sheets use two main things: properties, the CSS property, and the value. So what is property? The property is the thing that you want to change. Okay, that thing is known as property. Thing means font family or color or background or border or font size. So these height, width, all these things are property. So this thing you want to change. And the value of the property means what change you want in that particular thing. That change is known as value. For example, for the font family, the value can be Times New Roman, Arial, Calibri. Or for the color property, the values can be red, blue, aqua, any color it can be. Okay. So this is what property and value. Now declaration. Property and value collectively known as declaration. For example, color, colon, green. So this whole thing combines together and known as declaration. Now selector. On which HTML tag we are going to apply the declaration, or we are going to apply that property, that HTML tag, or we can say that HTML element, the complete element. Okay, that complete element means on tag, off tag, and the things whatever we are putting inside it. So that complete element we are known as selector. Okay, for example, I am applying all the property on header tag, h1 tag. So h1 is known as selector. Now rule. Selector and declaration combines together and known as rule. So here example I have given h1. On h1 I am applying property color blue, font size 20 pixel. Okay, so this is the complete rule. So what is selector here? Here h1 is selector because on h1 I am going to apply this property. Now color is the name of that property, or we can say it is the CSS property. Blue is the value of that thing. Here font size is the property and 20 pixel is value, and it combined known as declaration, and this complete thing, entire thing is known as rule. So I hope this terminology is clear for you. Now first we need to understand the types of CSS. How many types of CSS we can use in HTML? So we have three types of CSS. First one is inline. So inline CSS or inline style sheets we use as an attribute inside the HTML element. Here you can see style. Okay, style attribute we have to use, and inside this style attribute after equals we just need to put the property and the value and end it with the semicolon in the double quote. So this is how we can use inline style sheet. Next is the internal style sheet. This internal style sheet means we are not putting that style attribute inside that particular element. What we will do? Inside the header we will use one style tag, and inside that style tag, using that rule, or we can say that selector and then declaration and all, this thing we will do inside the style tag inside the header element. Okay, so inside the header element we will use style element. This is internal style sheet. The last one is external style sheet. So for external style sheet we need two files. One is the style sheet file that we will save with the extension .css. Okay, and then that .css file we will link with the help of link tag or the link element using rel attribute and href attribute. Href attribute means we are creating a link, and what type of element we are creating? This is style sheet. Okay, so we are linking style sheet, and the link of that style sheet is styles.css. Okay, so this is external style sheet. This we will understand in detail also. So for learning purpose we use inline and internal style sheet, but the most commonly used style sheet is external only. Now quickly we'll see. For example, this is an inline style sheet. In inline style sheet, what we will do here, here you can see I have used HTML tag, body tag. Inside the HTML and body tag I am using header h1. And now I want to change the color of the text that I am putting in this header. So what I am doing, h1 style attribute equals to double quotes color colon blue. This is the property colon value, and end it with the semicolon. Remember this thing, the colon we use to separate the properties and value, and semicolon we use after the value. So put it in the double quotes and the rest of the text. And now here for the p tag I am changing its style equals to color red. So what it will print, it will print the normal web page, but whatever I am typing in the h1 style means a blue heading. This heading will come in color blue, and this paragraph will come in color red. So this is how we can use inline style sheets. Now internal or embedded style sheets. I told you for internal and embedded style sheets what we need to do. We need to put one style element inside the header element. Okay. So HTML head, here you can see style tag, on tag is there. Now inside this I am using body, and in curly bracket, whenever you are using internal style sheet, always use curly brackets to separate each and every entity here. So here I am using body tag. So first I am styling the body, background color powder blue. So whenever I am using this body tag, every time it will come in blue color. Now h1. What property I am changing for h1? For h1 I am doing color blue. So the background color means the color of the background of the text, and only color property means the color of the text. So h1 color blue. So in my entire document, whenever I use this h1 tag, every time it will come in blue color. Now p tag, for p I am mentioning color red. So whenever I use p tag in my entire document, no matter you are using it once, twice, thrice or any number of times. So whenever you use this p tag, always it will come in red color. The text will come in red color. Okay, and simply we can use this text. So this is internal. In internal we use a style element inside the header tag. The last one is the external style sheet. Whenever you are going to create any website or something, so we always use external style sheet. The benefit of external style sheet is, if you have created one external style sheet once, with one single style sheet you can give style to so many web pages. But if you are creating any inline style sheet or an internal style sheet, so that will be applicable on that one particular web page. So as I told you, for external style sheet, first you need to create one file with .css extension. This is our main style sheet, and inside this style sheet what we are doing, we are defining our rules. For body, what changes I want, for header this change I want, for p this change I want. Now how to link it? Inside the header tag only we will use link element. So here I am using link tag and relative attribute rel attribute and style sheet equals to double quotes. Now href, what thing I want to link here? I want to link styles.css, the file that I have created over here. That file I am attaching, or I am attaching that link over here in the header tag. So this is how we can link a style sheet in a web page. And body h1p. So whatever style sheets or whatever changes I have made here in CSS, easily everything will be applicable here. This is also very easy to change, children. For example, in future you want to change the background color powder blue to blue. So you just need to change here, and automatically it will reflect here in your web page. And with this one style sheet, you can link it like this in so many pages, and you can make all the pages unique. Okay, sorry, you can make all the pages in a similar formatting. So this is how we can use this style sheet. Now, points to remember. very first thing that you need to remember is CSS is always made up of a property and a value. Separate a property from the value using colon and always use a semicolon after the value. I told you, like color, colon, blue, semicolon. CSS properties and values always use spelled using American English. Okay, remember this thing. American English means usually what spelling we use for color? COLOUR, but American English uses COLOR. In the same way for center, American English use CENTER. So this is the few changes are there in American English. So CSS properties and value we use American English. Now inline CSS, we use a style attribute inside the HTML element. Internal CSS, we use a style element inside the header element. And in external CSS, we have to create the rules, or we have to style the rule in a separate .css file, and then in HTML file we need to link it using link style sheet. So this is all about the basic terminology and the basic thing about the CSS. In the next class, we will start the CSS coding. If you want to learn HTML also, and if you have not watched my previous video, please go to my channel and check that HTML playlist. You will get all the videos over there. And for other videos also, you can check the playlist. And if you like this video, hit the like button, share it with your friends and subscribe my channel. Thank you.